Hey guys, welcome to my first YouTube video. My name is Diana. I'm 22 years old. I think my channel will be mostly about like books and bookish things because it's like one of my favorite hobbies. However, I will prefer not to limit myself with the topics for the channel, so that once I do something in the realm not of books, it won't be that surprising and odd. As you can see, I figured it's time! I realized that I've never read a Christmas book, unless we're talking like school curriculum. For sure, I've read like classics, but I've never read anything that is modern and set at Christmas time. Christmas is approaching. I don't have the spirit yet. The decorations are up. This cute little star that I bought. Oh, that's cute. Maybe I should have it in the background. Wait, let me figure it out. Yeah, I hope it's not distracting because I'm pretty sure it sparkles. It's pretty. Let's keep it. So for this video, I decided to kill two birds with one stone and to make a Christmas themed video when the Christmas is approaching, and also to lift up my spirit, get into the Christmas mood, and to finally check that thing that I've never done, and that is read Christmas books just because I want to. So as the title suggests, we will be reading Christmas themed books until my eyes bleed. I'm pretty sure my eyes won't bleed, especially not due to reading books. So I'll rephrase what will insinuate this video ending. The goals are: A, I either find a 5-star book, like a new favorite. Either I find a 2-star book. Why a 2-star and not a 1-star? Because a 1-star in my books is basically impossible. I think I almost never give 1 stars, but 2 stars is something in the realm of possible. The last book I gave such a low rating, I mean it was technically a 1.75, was Icebreaker. It was supposed to be higher, but then the epilogue happened. So, like, I don't know, 1 star, it's like, I don't think that many books deserve it. I think 1 star is for books that were either AI written or like just horribly written. But like majority of books I think deserve at least 1.5 just for the effort. Or I just don't want to read about Christmas ever again. That is the 3rd goal. The 4th goal could be the Christmas is approaching and I need time to film this part that I'm filming after I've actually read all of the books that I read in this video. And I need time to edit. That didn't happen, but yeah. I read the books end of November and like the first week of December. It's currently 1 week before Christmas as I'm filming this, and I pray to God that I will be able to edit it in that 1 week. Editing the night before the video comes out. For me not to get bored with one genre or to focus on one genre, I decided that I'm gonna spin the wheel with 4 main genres that I like to read in. Though it's not 4 genres, I kind of combined multiple genres. So the one genre is like fantasy and romantasy. I do consider romantasy more of a fantasy book rather than a romance book. Then we had romance and rom-coms, which are 2 different things. Then we have mystery/thriller, and then we had literary fiction. So just so you know, my favorite genre is probably mysteries, then thrillers, then romantasy and fantasy, I can't pick and choose. And like rom-coms and literary fiction, I wouldn't say I love them nor hate them. It's just I gotta be in the mood for it. Like if a mystery or a thriller or even a fantasy, I am technically always in the mood for. Rom-coms and literary stuff, I gotta be in the right mental headspace for that. But so that I don't pick favorites, I decided to spin the wheel every time I gotta read a new book. But a book of choice was up to me in that genre specifically. I wanted to have some semblance of control because I am a control freak. Thank you. Did spin the wheel, FYI. Did I film it though? Yeah, I didn't screen record when spinning, so do just trust me, I guess. The first genre that I ended up getting was maybe not the best for me personally because it was literary. So I decided to go with a shorter one so that one book doesn't end up being the whole video because I would get so bored. That's the thing with me with literary or contemporary. I don't like character-driven books. I prefer plot-driven books. I don't mind character-driven books whenever there's plot, when things are still happening. Not my personal favorite genre. The only times I actually like it is when stuff actually happens, but it technically, in a way, goes against the genre. What I will be reading, well, technically already read, was Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. And only after I read the book, I realized that there was an adaptation coming with Cillian Murphy. Well, I gotta watch that now, even though I didn't like the book.
Okay, so the book is only 75 pages long. I don't think it should take me that long. It's 75 pages on the Kindle. Though for some reason on Wikipedia it says 128. What to believe? But yeah, I mean, technically I'm gonna believe my Kindle more because I'm reading on it. But yeah, 75 pages. I think I'm gonna get through this today. If not, I'll be kind of disappointed in myself because I have absolutely no plans today, so let's do it. So, I have to admit something a little embarrassing. I haven't finished it. It's currently 10 p.m. I'm planning on going to bed, so I'm not gonna finish it today. I'm halfway through. But the book so far is okay. I mean, it's a little too English for me, or a little too serious, I guess. Like, some of the words used I don't know, and I mean, that's kind of cool, right? Isn't that kind of partially the point of reading when you're not a native speaker, or even if you are, to learn new stuff, to learn new vocabulary? But when I learn new vocabulary, I prefer it to be the types of words that I would use, not something that would be completely useless to me in a day-to-day life. But other than the tough vocabulary from time to time, I've been enjoying it, but also I kind of need more plot. Here's the thing. I know this isn't a plot-driven book. That's why I don't really read that much of like contemporary literary fiction. And I prefer something genre-based. I need plot-based things. I don't mind character-driven stories so long as stuff still happens. But like here, nothing is happening. We're just following this one guy as he lives his everyday life. I mean, not everyday life, it's almost Christmas, but I mean, this is probably the worst start to the video considering how little I like the genre. And the fact that I'm not in Christmas spirit at all. And the point of it was not only to educate myself with the Christmas literature, but also to put me in the Christmas spirit. Maybe I shouldn't be in a Christmas spirit because as I'm filming this, it's only middle of November. But we'll see how things go. Okay, so I just finished small things like these. I actually enjoyed it, but I think was it any longer, I wouldn't have liked it as much. I liked the theme that ended up being the theme of the book. I don't really have that much else to say. I just found out that it's supposed to be like a movie with Cillian Murphy, or Killian Murphy, how do you say his name? Not sure. So I think it was a very beautifully written book, and it's a very important book. It's a very important book, I think, to understand because you can read it quite quickly. And I'm kind of partially glad that I took a little bit more time with it because I was able to grasp more than I would have in one sitting. I think if you don't grasp the meaning of the book, not only won't you get the point, but also it would be boring because, as I've said previously, nothing much happens in it. And I think what makes the book interesting is the point that the author is trying to make. However, all that said, it didn't accomplish what we're trying to accomplish here, and that is putting me in a Christmas spirit in the middle of November.
Hi, me again. So you just saw me read the book. It's a very short one, and I still struggled. You can tell how much I love the genre. I mean, it's technically not a genre, right? Like, literary fiction is not a genre. I don't know why I keep calling it that. It's technically the absence of a genre. Is it not? I gave the book 4 stars. It's just, why would I ever care what goes on inside the head of a man? I agree with majority of things that the character says in his head, thinks, whatever, etc. I do agree with that. However, you're an old man. Shouldn't you already know that? And it wasn't really a Christmas story. It was just a story set in Christmas time. It's been mentioned like 3 times throughout the book that it's Christmas. Like, yes, I kind of liked what the book was trying to say, what the main point of the book was. But I'm also very glad that it was so short, because had it been any longer, I would have liked it 10 times less. And let's move on before I piss more people off with my opinion on this very beloved piece of literature. The next genre I spun the wheel on was romance. However, I've read quite a bit of rom-coms prior to filming this video, and I also was not into anything young adult, but I also didn't want to read smut. I found a book called The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ellie Carter, which is a romance and also a mystery. And the book, I'm pretty sure there are like 2 mystery authors that are rivals. Anyway, and they're both invited on like to Christmas to go to England to like one of the most popular mystery writers in the world. And on their first day there, the mystery writer goes missing. What happened, etc., etc. Welcome back. Talk about me liking a book. It actually gave me a little bit of that Christmas spirit. Talking to a candy cane would make 10 times more sense if I had like a microphone and I put it up here. I don't have a microphone. We don't have the budget for that yet on this channel. Talking to a candy cane that also like puts a shadow on half of my face just doesn't make sense and looks silly, but I thought it would fit the fit. I'm gonna put it down. Thank you. I gave it 4 stars. Okay, don't kill me. Don't kill me just yet. Like, what do you mean? It put you in a holiday spirit. You liked it and you only gave it 4 stars, right? Right. 4 stars is what I like someone. 5 stars is like amazing, flawless, spectacular, right? The ending. It was so anticlimactic. Like, it could have been so much better, so much grander. Technically, it wasn't what was the end. It was more so how it was written that was anticlimactic. You could have done the same thing, but written it to be 10 times more epic, and I would have liked it 10 times more, and the book would have been 5 stars. I already recommended the book to my best friend, though, so I really enjoyed it. It's a great book. The cover, questionable. If not for this video, I would have never read this book because the cover is so freaking hideous. Who comes up with that? Who did this atrocity and let them never design a book cover ever again? Like, that's ugly. Goal is still not reached, so let's keep going. The next genre is mystery / thriller. I'm very happy about that because, as I said before, it's my favorite genre and I'm always in a mood for it. And the book that was chosen was The Christmas Murder Game by Alexandra Benedict. The premise really excited me because it seemed like 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton, but make it Christmas. And like without the magical realism. So the book follows a girl, a woman. She's 30, I think. So a woman, not a girl. Part of a messed up family, but also a very rich family. Each Christmas, they play 12 days of games, looking for keys and stuff. And whoever wins gets something. Whatever. She hasn't been there for like, I'm pretty sure like almost 20 years because last time her mother died. Technically, it's been speculated. It's on Emmy report that she committed suicide. However, it's been speculated that she was murdered. And this year around, that is in the book, present time, her aunt, also adoptive mother, dies, and she tells her to go to this year's games so that she can find out what really happened to her mother. And probably what happened to her aunt as well. And simultaneously, whoever wins this Christmas game this year inherits the manor. So there's also a fun part of this book. There are 2 games within the book that the reader can play other than just guessing the mystery of like what happened to these people. I actually really enjoyed one of the 2 games. So one game, the one that I didn't participate in, is throughout the 12 days. They're separated by chapters. Like, it says in the beginning of certain chapters which day of Christmas it is. So each day you have a name of a Christmas novel mentioned. I didn't play that one because it just didn't seem interesting enough. Anyway, the other one, we had 12 anagrams that we had to find within the text of each day of Christmas. That was interesting.
Hi, this is a new setup. I'm at my grandma's place. It's been a week. It's been a week since the last check-in. It's been more since I started reading the Christmas Murder Game. And I wouldn't even say that I haven't been reading or that I've been like in a slump. I just have been so busy with work because like the holidays are coming. As I'm filming this is the 29th of November currently. I finished the Christmas Murder Game yesterday. Didn't go to sleep till I finished it. I would rate it like 3.75. I enjoyed it. It's just the ending. It wasn't good. I don't know. I didn't mind the plot twists, even though I guessed majority of them. There were still some that I didn't guess, and it was smart. It made sense. I really enjoyed the anagram game throughout the book. I guess 3 out of 12, but technically 3 out of 7. The ending, what I mean is the last like part of the chapter, because like the last chapter is the ending overall, so we get the reveals, the twists, and then the epilogue kind of all in one chapter, but they're divided. So the last half, the last part of the last chapter was kind of an epilogue, and it was kind of disappointing. This happened to me previously, not that long ago. There was a book where the ending ruined it for me, made me not want to read another book from that series or from that author, and simultaneously it demoted the book from 2.75 to 1.75, and that was Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. That epilogue, I don't remember the last time I've been so pissed off at anything, let alone a book. It's not that bad. I didn't demote a whole star because of an epilogue, I just demoted a quarter. I'm being fair here, guys, okay? So yeah, if not for the last chapter, if they just skipped the epilogue entirely, or if they made it better, I would have given it 4. But I'm petty, so.
So, this one took me kind of a while to finish. I gave it 3.75 stars. It would have been a 4, but the epilogue. Again, like with the freaking epilogues, why do they suck? I did enjoy my time reading this one and also playing the game, the anagram game. This one hurts my head. I'm just gonna keep the sweater in the candy cane. I, for some reason, picked it back up, so let's just go with that.
So I've stumbled across another issue though. Since I'm currently at my grandma's, for some reason my Kindle, at which I've been reading the books, and which is the only thing that I brought with me that resembles entertainment apart from my phone, doesn't want to connect to Wi-Fi. Thank you so much. And I've went through all of the books that I have on my Kindle already. None of them are about Christmas or anything at all like that. There is one book that is kind of festive a little, but like it's not about Christmas or even New Year's or even Valentine's Day, which I think all fit in the same category of like wintry holidays. So I don't know, maybe I'll take a break for these 2 days, even though that kind of defeats the whole point of the video, but if my Kindle doesn't connect to my Wi-Fi, I can't read another Christmas book on it because I don't have it on it. Maybe I should have thought about it ahead and have gotten all of the books that I want to read in this video on my Kindle, but I haven't thought it through. I wanted to keep it a mystery for myself, which book I'm going to read next. Yeah, I'm just gonna read something else or pray to God that my Kindle catches the Wi-Fi. Let me check again. Maybe he did. Maybe he did, and that entire monologue was for nothing. Didn't want to connect at home too, so it's not the Wi-Fi problem, it's a Kindle problem. Because yesterday, when I finished the book and I wanted to delete it from my downloads so that it doesn't take up space on my Kindle, it wouldn't connect to my home Wi-Fi, but now we've been connected. So yeah, it was all for nothing, I guess. So I found a book, Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret by Benjamin Stevenson. It's a mystery.
So as you could see in the previous clip, I picked the genre myself this time because I didn't have my laptop to spin the freaking wheel. And I picked mystery again. I started reading Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret by Benjamin Stevenson. I don't claim to know much about this book or to say that it sucks and you shouldn't read it because I read like only 30 pages of it. I don't know whether it was the book itself or the fact that I just read so much, for me personally, so much of Christmas related stuff when in my lifetime I read less Christmas related books than in this video. I just couldn't get further into the book than 30 pages. And I can't tell you what it's about because I don't remember. And I didn't write it down. And I don't care enough to find online what it's about. I reset the camera because, not the camera, my phone, because my storage was full and I had to literally just clean up a bunch of stuff. Anyway, so I'm not sure if it's the book or the Christmas theme, but technically I reached a goal where I can't read about Christmas anymore. And I think the video should have been over then. At the time, I thought that 3 books would have made for a short video, even though I've been filming for half an hour already. And I don't know if I'm gonna cut out much of it. I'm not sure if the video will be short and whether I needed the 4th book, but I read it anyway. I was already in the middle of it. I was 28% in this book, and it kind of fit. The book is You Again by Kate Goldbach. It's basically a rom-com about like 2 people who meet throughout the years randomly, and like that's why You Again. Basically, like a bunch of coincidences happen and they meet, and then at one point they become friends, and then the rest is history. Why I felt at the time, at my delusional time, that this book fit the theme is because one of the times they meet is during New Year's celebration. So I read the book. I'm pretty sure I gave it 4.75, maybe 4.5. I don't remember. I'm gonna put it on the screen. I really liked this one. I liked This is probably one of the first times where neither character has pissed me off and where miscommunication actually made sense and didn't piss me off. Because it made sense, it didn't piss me off. Usually I'm very angry about miscommunication because, like, you're adults. Why are we acting like we're in middle school? Communicate! It almost never makes sense. And it always makes the characters worse and it pisses me off. But here, if you take into consideration both characters' personality and their previous relationships and their relationship towards each other, it made sense. It actually made sense. I think everything about their relationship to me made sense. And that's why I really liked this book. Because usually, I mean, in rom-coms, like, you know, they will fall in love and end up and blah, 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 blah. And so that's not interesting. So I tend to be more skeptic of the chemistry of two like main characters of a rom-com, because, like, usually because it's already insinuated that they fall in love and they live happily ever after, usually they tend not to have much chemistry. Usually the author doesn't write chemistry because why would they, you know? Like, you already believe that these two are gonna end up together because of the genre that it's in, so why write chemistry? Here, however, they made sense. They made so much sense. I also loved the fact that neither characters had to actually sacrifice much to be in a relationship. Here's the thing that pisses me off. When in rom-coms, or very frequently in romanticities, characters have to sacrifice things to be with each other. In romantasy, it kind of makes sense when the stakes are high, blah blah blah, etc. Whatever. But in regular rom-coms, to me, it just doesn't make sense. You can have it all. You know that, right? Like, that just pisses me off. Like, why do you have to sacrifice your career to have a relationship? Why do you have to sacrifice your friendships to have a relationship, right? You shouldn't have to. So that was me reading Christmas books. I hope you like it. I don't know when the next video is gonna come because I don't live alone. And it took me a while. Like, it's been probably a week and a half, if not 2 weeks, since I read You Again. And the script, I've been writing the script as I was reading the books, so it was ready. But because I also have a full-time job, and I'm also a full-time university student, I didn't have time where I wouldn't be busy, the apartment would be empty, and I would be also in the mood to film. I wouldn't say I was in the mood to film today, but I was like, it's either now or it's after Christmas, girl. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I think the next video is gonna be after New Year's. I think it's gonna be the video of every single book I read in 2025. So far, I read 51 books. Bye! Oh, subscribe, like the video, happy holidays, bye!